The three stages every successful man or woman has to go through to be successful. 3 stages, 3 steps to success. That's what I'm going to talk about on this video. Stay to the end of this video so that you can know these stages and how to follow it. My name is Osa Kevin. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Evergreen TV. So the 3 stages and the 3 steps you have to go through and follow to get to success, to be a boss. So to get to that boss stage, which is someone who is successful in what he's doing or what she's doing, you have to go through these stages. The first stage is the stage of being a good servant. You have to be a good servant. You have to be a good servant in that working place. That's why I said this on one of my videos. Don't get that job based on the pay. Get the job or stay in that job based on you have a good boss. You can be a good servant at school, being a good student. You can be a good servant at home, be a good boy to your mom and your dad, or being a good girl to your mom and your dad. Everything in life happens the same. It's all the same. So you have to be a good servant first to get to the stage of being a good leader. The first stage is being a servant, a good servant. So I'm going to talk about how to be a good servant. A good servant is someone that listens more and talk less. A good servant is someone that do everything his boss said he should do based on your learning. You know nothing about what you are learning. So a good servant is going to do everything his boss says he should do. A good servant is going to do everything his mom or his dad or her mom or her dad said she should do or he should do. A good servant is someone that is going to do everything his teacher said he should do or everything his teacher said she should do. So you have to go through that first stage of being a good servant. So you're going to get to the stage of being a good leader. So I'm also going to talk about how to be a good leader. A good leader is someone that corrects mistakes. Not mistakes of his boss, not mistake of his mom or his dad, not mistake of his teacher, mistakes of other apprentices or other students or other family member. Now this person has been a good servant and he has left the stage of a good servant. Now this person knows some things. So if you are a good leader now, your boss can leave the shop for you, like take over for me, control, I'm coming. Based on you now, you are able to correct mistakes of other apprentices, other people learning like you. So that is how to be a good leader. A good leader corrects mistakes and a good leader asks questions. So you're going to start asking questions. You want to know a lot of stuff. You want to know what you think that you don't know. So you're going to start asking questions, asking your boss questions, asking your teacher questions, asking your mom questions, your dad questions, trying to know so that you will not do something that is wrong. You want to know everything that is right and wrong. So that is a good leader. So now your mom or your dad or your teacher is going to have some kind of confidence in you, and he can leave the class for you like control, or she can leave the class, or your mom or your dad can leave the house for you and like control. You might not be the eldest, you might not be the senior, but just because you listen and you were a good servant, now you've gotten to the stage of a good leader. So the third stage is being a boss. How to be a boss is to be a good leader. Now you've asked a lot of questions and you know a lot of stuff. A good boss is someone that knows it all. You know everything about what is going on in that working place, everything about your job, you know it based on you've asked a lot of questions and you've been so close to your boss, based on you are a good servant, now your boss is going to draw you close. So it's going to let you know some secret that others can't know yet. Based on those ones are still learning, only the ones that are also a good servant, that was also a good servant like you, can know some secret. So being a good servant to your dad, or being a good servant to your mom, being a good servant to your teacher can help you be a good leader, can help you be a good boss. So now when you've got into that stage of being a good boss, now you're going to start having some attitude and some behavior and some kind of mindset, and you're going to start moving and acting some certain ways that is going to create fear for people that is working for you, based on you've been through a lot of stuff and you've been a good servant and a good leader. Now you are built in some certain ways. Now you know a lot of things now. So now you are in that level of being a boss. A boss is someone that solves problems. So now you are in a level of you solving problems that your apprentice or people that are working for you can't solve. They're going to wait for the boss to solve this problem. So boss solve problems, boss make people fear. So that is the level you're going to get to. So when you start moving in some certain ways and you go into some certain places and people start rearranging themselves, acting some certain way, just your presence itself start making them do things, now you are in that level of being a boss. So now you are someone that solves problems. So problems that others can't solve, you can solve it. So in where you are working, if you just gotten a new job, if you started that job newly, first of all, you have to be a good servant. Then you're going to rise to the rank of being a good leader. Then from there, you're going to be a good boss. It might be you starting up your own company. It might you rising to the highest level in that company and being a boss, a CEO or something else. So you have to start from the root, which is the basics. I always say this, the basic, the foundation. So if you're not a good boy to your mom, you're not a good girl to your mom and your dad, you cannot be a good leader. You can't lead in anywhere. Based on you can't really listen to anybody. Based on you didn't listen to your mom and your dad. So there's no way you can listen to any boss that is trying to teach you. So you have to learn this first, being a good boy to your mom and your dad, and being a good girl to your mom and your dad. Now you listen and take everything your mom and your dad told you, and you listen to everything your mom and your dad teach you, and what they say you should do and what they say you shouldn't do. So now you are a good servant, you serve them well, you got to the rank of being a good leader. So anywhere you are, you can lead and you can also be a boss. So you have all these things built in you. You are built as a boss, you are built as a leader, and you are built as a servant. So if you listen to your mom and your dad very well, you kind of listen to anybody that is trying to teach you something. You are someone who grew up in a very nice home. So you already have this built in you. So you are successful already. You are successful already. You can be a boss, you can be a good leader, and you can be a good servant. There are some people that can't be a good servant. And if you can't be a good servant, you can't be a good leader, you can't be a good boss, you can't be nothing. So you're just going to roll around and live life anyhow and leave this world. So I hope this video helped you guys out there. Start choosing one. So I'm doing this video based on you kind of knowing this in mind, that you have to serve first to get to the level of a leader before you get to the level of a boss. So if you are someone who is married, your wife is the leader of the house, while you as the man, you are the boss. So you have to let your wife lead, and you as the wife lead well, and you as the wife, you have to let your husband rule as a boss, and you as the husband rule well. So let your kids learn from you, based on it's going to assist them, it's going to help them in future. So I hope this video helped you guys out there. Start choosing one. I will do a new video for you guys. I always do new videos. I will see you guys on that video. It's Osa Kevin, Evergreen TV. Ciao.